Jed MacKay and Eleonora Carlini explore Misty Knight's and Colleen Wing's office life as heroes on Beyond's payroll, sent to deal with the monstrous Obsidian Star from rampaging through the city, but the women don't have the company's best interests in mind. Jed MacKay delivers our first Beyond era tie-in with the Daughters of the Dragon-led issue that explores the women's roles in Beyond as both Ben's training mentors and Maxine Danger's problem solvers. I like that Jed built on what Kelly Thompson and Zeb Wells before him has been alluding to with Beyond, in that they're not as good as Maxine Danger and Marcus make them out to be, and Misty and Colleen are actually working against them from within, and are actually working with Monica Rambeau, who was a great surprise at the end of the last issue and was built up really great in this issue. However, there is still a lot of her story and how Misty and Colleen are working for her that needs to be fleshed out, and I'm sure it will be in the coming issues, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Aside from that, I really enjoyed how fun this issue was, with these two sort of filling that sort of heroes for hire sort of void we haven't had for a while, and fighting simulations of Avengers who look like movie monsters. It was just really fun. Eleonora Carlini gives us some really great looking artwork with some great inspirations and creative designs in the form of movie monster inspired Avengers like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface Captain America, and a Freddy Krueger Giant Man. It was some fun stuff, and it helped make what was essentially a Danger Room trial into something unique. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 78. Beyond was a fun little tie-in, exploring Misty and Colleen's role in Beyond and further expanding on how the company isn't as good as they advertise they are. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 78. Beyond finds the Daughters of the Dragon questioned by Maxine Danger about what exactly happened on their mission. Earlier that morning, Spider-Man trains in the new Avengers Murder Mansion simulator, where he is hunted by horror monster-themed Avengers. He's attacked by a chainsaw-wielding Captain America, a hockey mask-wearing Iron Man, and a fly hybrid Wasp, as well as a Freddy Krueger-inspired Giant Man. The hero dodges all of the monsters, but just when he thinks he's safe, he's caught off guard by the cheerleader outfit wearing Misty, who ends the simulation. Spider-Man asks what she's wearing, but she has no idea, as Colleen says that she's meant to be the final girl, asking if any of them have ever actually seen a horror movie. Misty reminds her that she actually was dating in high school, but Colleen reminds her that she also learned the blade, but she knows that doesn't help her case. Spider-Man has no idea what he was meant to learn from all of that, despite maybe warning the Avengers of Colleen, but he knows he might need to use his spider sense, since it's great for alerting him to threats, but when there are too many threats, he can be blindsided like he was by Misty. The women are happy he actually learned something, as Maxine comes by to collect Misty and Colleen, telling them of a problem downtown they need to solve. The two women are briefed on Obsidian Star rampaging through the city, and they need to stop it and save the people, and it'll give the Beyond brand some positive word of mouth. Danger knows that this isn't in their contracts, but saving innocents is something they don't need in their contracts, and they should just do it. In the present, the two women tell Danger that it sucked, but she knows this is what they were hired for as heroes. She does remind them that she did supply them with a very cool car and gadgets, and the women concede that it was definitely a very cool car, as sometime before, Colleen and Misty raced towards Obsidian in the car. Learning Danger gave them an antimatter bomb. Misty can't believe that Colleen was allowed to drive, but Colleen says that someone had to read the instruction manuals and she wasn't going to do it. The two heroes soon find the robot monster, and Misty shoots off a special energy cube that Beyond gave to them, hitting the creature and unleashing a huge wave of energy as the pocket battlefield is activated. The device, however, malfunctions and swallows up Colleen and Misty as well, making them wonder where they have been taken to, with Colleen thinking that now they are in some type of simulation. Misty knows they definitely are, as they find themselves just outside the Avengers Murder Mansion. Misty calls Maxine up, demanding to know what's going on, as Danger says that the power source Obsidian Star uses interfaced in an unpredictable way with the pocket battlefield, which also has exotic alien power at its base, and it's impossible to turn it off, since in order to close the battlefield, they will need to find Obsidian Star and remove his energy source. Her researchers wonder what the plan is for the women, but Danger tells them to record every bit of data, since this is a superb field test. Misty and Colleen know now that this isn't a simulation, and this is all going to be very real as they assault the Murder Mansion, taking down the monster Avengers within with all of the gear Beyond gave them to deal with Obsidian Star. Soon there is nothing left as Misty critiques Colleen's use of the Beyond sword, but the woman knows that she wasn't going to bring her good sword on a mission for Maxine. Despite taking down the monsters, they still haven't seen Obsidian Star, as Colleen knows that his power was interfacing with the pocket battlefield into some type of feedback loop, which means the villain isn't in the simulation, it is the simulation, and he is the murder mansion. The house suddenly begins to shake and rattle as the women run from oceans of blood from doorways and falling debris. Misty pulls the pin on the antimatter grenade, throwing it into the house as they escape outside. The bomb goes off, blowing up the entire house and defeating Obsidian Star. Colleen wonders why they didn't use that in the first place, but Misty reminds her that it was an antimatter bomb and it's kind of the definition of a last resort weapon. Colleen wants to cut out the villain's power source, but Misty decides to use her bionic arm to rip it out instead. In the present, Maxine wants to know what happened next, but Misty thought that she was recording everything. Maxine says that the antimatter bomb wiped out their electronics, wanting to know what happened to Obsidian Star's power source. Colleen knows that it didn't exist since they dug through the corpse and found nothing. In the past, however, they find the villain's power source, but Maxine doesn't buy that they didn't find anything. Misty knows that she's accusing them of something, but Colleen reminds the woman that she sent them to protect people and take down the baddie, and they did just that, and it surely wasn't just to get a new exotic power source. Maxine stays quiet with that as Misty and Colleen say that that's all the proof they need, deciding that her and Colleen will take a few days off for mental health, as the next day they give the power source from Obsidian Star to Monica Rambeau, who knows exactly where it needs to go.